Hello all you RPG loving cosmonauts. As always, I am Cosmic, and today we're going to be previewing For the King, which is a new RPG adventure game currently in early access in development by Iron Oak Games. The game was successfully kickstarted and is currently in the early access stage, like I've said, and it's a game that I have played now for a few weeks and have found that I absolutely love it to pieces. It released on early access back in February of this year, and I recently got my hands on it, took a look at the game, wasn't really expecting anything fantastic, and what I actually found was a little gem. So in For the King, you play basically a normal person. You can be a blacksmith, you can be a hunter, you can be pretty much normal roles. You can be a scholar. There's no, warrior, soldier, wizard, magician, that kind of thing. You just play normal people within this empire who have been called to arms because darkness is going to destroy the world, and basically all the good people are dead and buried. And it's a game that is focused on multiplayer. Now, while it does offer a single player mode, it is actually more in line with a traditional tabletop game or a pen and paper RPG in the fact that you can play co-op with up to 3 people. Each individual character, you don't work as a party, you work as an individual character, so you can split them off on the overworld map and go your separate ways, but of course that will make combat a hell of a lot more difficult. But the co-op is really where the fun of For the King is really at. You're able to explore this world, complete quests, visit towns, upgrade your equipment, fight monsters, and it has a turn-based battle system that is very traditional. If you've played any kind of Final Fantasy RPG, you have played For the King's battle system. Works very well. A little bit of RNG involved, which is a little bit good for me because I love RNG, bad for other people because it can get frustrating at times. But overall, it is a system that at its core is designed very well. Now, I said that For the King is a gem, and I'm going to tell you why I think that is. For me, even at this early stage, and it's still incomplete, it isn't feature complete yet, it still has a lot of work to do, but for me, it provides a very solid, a very well executed multiplayer RPG experience. It really does feel like playing a digital board game, more so than most digital board games. I have to say that when you sit down with 2 other friends and play this game, it is a hell of a lot of fun. You can have some really great laughs with this. The art style is beautiful, the sound is beautiful. I have to say that it's one of those things that can only get better over time, and that for me captures it. This game almost captures that experience of when you were younger playing pen and paper for the first time. It is a really well put together idea that thus far, even in this early access game, has been executed very well. What I also like about it is that each playthrough uses procedurally generated maps, quests and events, which means that not every single playthrough is going to feel the same, and that really does add to the longevity, especially on the multiplayer, because you don't want to be playing the same map over and over again. I absolutely loved For the King. I thought that yes, it does have a very specific set of problems, including the RNG is not going to be everyone, including that it doesn't really have a great tutorial. It does take a little bit while to get used to some of the game's in-game systems, particularly when it comes to progression, exploration, and combat. I think that if they improve the new player experience, they have a system that you're able to just join up with random players online. This game could go very far. I was really impressed overall, I have to say, and I know that I'm not technically one for really bigging up a game in any kind of way and avoiding the negatives. I think that it's one of those things that if you enjoy playing with other people, it's worth getting into. If you enjoy playing with a group of friends, that is probably the paramount most fun experience. It is a very difficult game. The balancing is way off right now, so be prepared to have the game be a little bit unfair to you, especially because RNG is involved. So, you know, if you get pretty far and then end up dying all of a sudden, don't be surprised by that. The game is a little bit challenging and a little bit unfair at times, especially for new players. I have to say, once I got the hang of it, got a lot bit better, but it was still very difficult in places. For new players, it is outright punishingly difficult, and so you need to be prepared for that learning curve. Overall, however, it is a fantastic game. Yes, it does need a lot of changes. It does need balancing. The chaos meter, which is like your doomsday meter, does need to get itself in check. But for $15, I cannot believe how much fun I had with this game. It is one of those things whereby if you can get a couple of people together, get a couple of beers, and you know, you just want an RPG experience that's just enjoyable and you can have a laugh with, and you know, with the RNG you never know what's going to happen, so that can, you know, create situations that are really funny. Overall, way worth it. You will get hours and hours and hours out of this easily. There's tons of replayability to it, and it's something that I have to say really surprised me. I think that was the most important thing that I took away from For the King, is that I went into it expecting, oh, this is just going to be another turn-based RPG with, you know, these nice little polygon graphics, and I came out just absolutely blown away by how good this game is, even in its early access stage. So that's my preview for the King. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe and share the video on social media. And as always, I will see you next time.